Hi, Mackenzie. It's going on 5:30. I just wanted to make you a video really quick. It has to do with soulmates, all that stuff. Twin flames or whatever. Horoscopes. Numerology, all that stuff. Because you're gonna be 17 years old, then 18, then 19, and I mean, you don't have to be even as old as you are to get into that stuff. But I mean, they put the stuff in the local newspaper. I mean, the horoscopes are just like a joke. I mean, people, I just read them for fun. It's kind of like it's kind of like people with like fortune cookies and stuff. I mean, I don't think there's really too much harm in a fortune cookie. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like people that really get into these. I mean, even to take this stuff seriously, to even consider it or even entertain it, just for entertainment. I mean, you're opening up doors to the demonic realm. And I'm telling you this because I'm going to be cut and dry about it. I have experience. And that's all I'm going to say. Um, I know for a fact that that's true. This is not just some wacky belief that I got off somebody else and I'm just kind of spewing it onto you. Like a lot of what I talk about, I have experience with. And if I don't have experience with stuff, I'll just come on straight. I'll just come straight out and tell you like I did research on it and this is what I found or whatever. But a lot of what I do talk about, I do have experience with. I fell into the whole soulmate thing, twin flame thing, and I'll tell you something. Um, don't do that because soulmate means like everybody wants to think that there's that one person out there for me, and it's fate and destiny and all this stuff. Like I said before, when I talk to you about God, I talk to you because I'm not just trying to beat you over the head with a belief. This stuff is real, and look at it out there. You think that there's no such thing as the devil and demons? Like, look, don't concentrate on that stuff. Fix your mind on God. Fix your mind on positivity. Stay focused. Stay focused on you know Christ. Focus on God in these days where everything is so doom and gloom. Don't focus on that stuff because I'm telling you, you're just attracting stupid stuff to yourself. Um, you know, so like the whole like a soulmate and twin flame thing and the horoscope. I mean, I didn't get into horoscopes. I never got into that, so I never believed it in the first place. But psychics and mediums and the tarot cards and all that stuff and the crystal balls and all this weird stuff and all the Celtic the Celtic religions or whatever you want to call those with like the half moons or whatever. I don't even know. Just any type of religion. Anything but Christ and the cross. I'm not talking about in some religious way because that you can find a cross in any religion. I'm not talking. It's not about religion. You know, Religion opens up doors too. By the way, religion ain't good. Religion's just pretty much just as bad as all that other stuff. A relationship, a simple relationship. That's it. And like I said, it's repentance and just this out here just it's just saying God, I mean, just God will take you anybody exactly who they are. It's just coming to God and saying, you know you're right, I'm wrong. Even if you're not fully aware of it, or even if you're not fully, because God has to get somebody to the place. God will take anybody exactly as long as they're willing to. Just just knock on the door and God will let you in if you really want to come in and sit down, I mean, and have a relationship with them. That's why he died on the cross, so he can have a relationship with his creation, and you're included in that. But people get sidetracked with all this weird stuff and twin flames and what soulmates and horoscopes and psychics and tarot cards and crystal balls and da 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 and Ouija boards and ESP and all this weird stuff, and it's just crazy. And like people like to talk about aliens and stuff. I mean, man, it's crazy. Um, that's you're just. I mean, I'm telling you, anybody who does that stuff opens up doors, and that is not good. Please stay clear of that stuff. Like soulmates, like I was saying before, soulmate is like just some like kind of like it's so romantic. Like it feeds us. Like because everybody wants to believe that there's somebody perfect. Like we have another half out there somewhere, and when we meet, it's gonna just be stars and all kinds of weird stuff. Look, it sounds great, and that's why but it's meant to sound great. Ice cream tastes good too, and so does pizza. But you eat enough of that junk, what's gonna happen? You're gonna die of a heart attack. plain and simple. I love pizza. I love chicken fingers. I'm not a big ice cream person. I don't like sugar that much. Once in a while, I mean, whatever. But I like some pizza and I like some chicken wings. I do. And if I could eat them, if I could eat it and not have to worry about cholesterol and all that stuff, I'd dog them for the rest of my life. And I know you probably would too, and anybody would. But there's a reason why you take certain things in moderation. It's because it's not good for you. But this junk, leave it alone. Don't even. There's no moderation to it. Like, at least with pizza, you can kind of eat on it once in a while. This, just leave it alone. I'm telling you, leave it alone. Religion, all that stuff, please leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just leave it right where it is. And like the thing about well, all this stuff, but specifically, soulmates is, like I said, there's that illusion where it sells you this illusion, like, there's somebody out there for us and this and that. Sure, there's people out there who would love to be with me and with you and with everyone, but those people are not perfect people. Like, no, there's no perfect person out there for you. Not for me, not for no one. People are not perfect. We're not perfect for anyone. We're put here for one purpose, and that's not each other. That's for God. So what the whole soulmate thing does is it takes the focus off of our true purpose, which is to have a relationship with God, and puts the focus on each other. So that's a form of idol worship. You can look that up for yourself in the Bible. God does not look down on, or God does not look, he does not look down. He looks at that stuff. He's not fond of that. And I'm telling you, and it also says in the Bible, if you're not with God, then you're against God. Now don't get me wrong. Again, I'm not perfect. I have my struggles. And I'm still young in my walk with Christ. There's nothing wrong with slipping and falling once in a while. You don't want to do it, but it's going to happen, and that's what grace is for. Things happen. Nobody's perfect. You can't just come to God and all of a sudden you're, like I said before many times, floating on cloud nine. There's no cloud nine up there. There's no such thing as cloud nine. That's crazy. We live in a fallen world. And sanctification is a lifelong process. It's cleaning you out of all this junk, all the religion, and all the horoscopes, and all the fake doctrine out there. I mean, it's so much of it is just so slick because it sounds so good, like soulmates. There's somebody out there for me. Like, what if that was true? You would never, ever, ever pay attention to God unless you need it. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It takes the focus off of God and puts it on other people. Like, every time you go out in public and you see somebody and you make eye contact with them, this isn't what I went through. I'm not saying this has anything to do with my personal situation. I'm not going to get into my personal situation. If I do, I'd be glad to get into it with you in person, like when we meet face to face. But this is not my personal situation, but I'll use it anyways because it's a very overall general way to probably put this to where anybody can, you go out in public. Obviously, I'm using the whole twin flame soulmate thing. You go out in public and you just kind of like make eye contact with somebody, and you're just like, man, I just wonder if that's the one. Or over here, I wonder if that's the one. That's the one. That's like you are looking your whole life for this perfect somebody that doesn't even exist. It's an illusion. They just don't exist. We are supposed to focus on God, and that's it. Focus on God. We're not put here for each other. Sure, you're my daughter, you're my family. I love you. But I wasn't put here for you. You weren't put here for me. You weren't put here for anybody, your boyfriend or no one. You were put here to have a relationship with God. Yes, you were put here to love your family. Like I was put here to love my family. We were put here to love our friends, and as long as they're good friends and they love us back. Even people who don't love you back. I mean, it's easy to love people who it's easy to love people who love you, but obviously you don't want to sit there and high five and be around people who can't respect you and don't love you back. I mean, that's definitely not what I'm saying. But don't hate those people either. Just move beyond it. Just walk away. That's the best thing you could do. Don't stick around long enough to catch poison until you were at where you have to forgive somebody. Somebody doesn't respect you, walk away. I don't care if it's a boyfriend or nothing. Your boyfriend acts up, goodbye, sir. Now look, there's nothing wrong with talking stuff out. There's nothing wrong with talking stuff out and being, rational. You don't want to be, you know, somebody who just is irrational and doesn't want to sit there and give somebody the benefit of the doubt depending on what that person did, whether it's a friend, a family member, a boyfriend, or whatever. But at the same time, never let anyone, you know, apologize a million times and suck you into the same trap, and all of a sudden you find yourself angry and bitter, and then by the time you walk away, you just have a whole bunch of problems with that person, and all of a sudden you find yourself being robbed of your peace. Man, look, I'm just saying. But anyways, I kind of went off on that because I'm just trying to look out for you. And the reason I'm talking so fast is because this phone is just like junky. I have like 17 minutes total time on this phone, and I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna have to kind of wrap it up into a package here because I'm not doing a two-part video. That's crazy. It's gonna take me a long time just to upload this. But Soulmates, like I said, it takes our focus off of God and puts it onto each other. So, and that, I'm telling you right now, that is not good. So you don't want to do that. You know, I mean, hey, I'm just telling you right now, I'm speaking from personal, personal experience. Personal experience. Okay? You don't know me, but I'm your father and I love you very, very much. I'm not going to sit here and mislead you. Ever. I'll never lie to you. And if I ever did ever hurt you, I promise you, I'm the only guy on earth that can look at you and guarantee you from the day I met you way back when you were just the size of a doll to the time that, I don't know, one of us passes away or whatever, I will never ever hurt you purposely. And if I ever did, like I said before many of times, I would never ever mean it. So I might be the only person. I'm not saying I'm the only person like that. I don't know who loves you and who doesn't. I'm not gonna sit there and say that. I'm just saying, whatever. I'm just saying, speaking for myself, I know that I never hurt you personally. I never lied to you. I'm telling you. And when I tell you these things, it's because I've experienced this stuff firsthand. Don't get into that stuff. Soulmates or nothing. Don't get into all that stuff. And when I say religion, stay away from that junk too, please stay away from it. There's nothing good coming out of religion. Any religion. I don't care what it is or how no, it's nothing good's coming out of it. Yoga and